I am deeply concerned about what I'm seeing. I know that there's some people who, say, oh, there goes DeWine again. He's talking about this. But go back and look at the maps. I would just ask anybody who doesn't think this is very serious to go look at the maps. And what we have seen is a spread that continues. And if you take a look at the map that shows the counties that are high incidence, which means over that mark, and some of them are almost 3 times over that mark. Mercer County has been on this list now, red list, for 10 weeks. So what we're starting to see in some of these counties is long-term set in of a very, very high level. And so if you take the counties that have a high incidence and you then add in the red counties, it's a lot of counties. And that's a big, significant part of the state of Ohio. So, you look at those numbers, it's a gut punch. I'm very, very concerned about this. Why is it happening? We went through it today. People are not being careful. I mean, think about the tragedy. I mean, I can't fathom this, but think about the tragedy of people getting married and then 2 of the grandfathers are dead. I mean, we're not blaming anybody, but this has got to stop. This has just got to stop. I mean, these lives are valuable. These lives matter. We can do better than this. Now, we have done well as Ohioans. And we don't want to be all gloom and doom. We've done well. And we've taken us to this point. But we're now at a point where it's getting colder. People are more inside. We're now starting to see what we feared from some of our colleges and from our schools, and that is a young person getting sick. Okay, it's one thing, a 20-year-old gets sick. Not something to take seriously. But then that 20-year-old goes and infects a 50-year-old or a 60-year-old or a 70-year-old, or there's someone in their family. And nobody does this on purpose, but so many of the people who have it don't really have any indication that they've got it. So what you're seeing in Ohio is widespread spread. And we're heading into winter. So yeah, I am very, very concerned. And I would just say this, we have gotten this far. We have done well. We've not gone over the edge. We've not seen that fire flare up. But it's starting to come. That fire is starting to come. And it's not coming, not just, it's now in our rural areas. It's everywhere. So yeah, I'm very, very concerned. It's coming from the things that we talked about, which is basically people, not social distancing, going into large groups and seeing 200, 300 people at a wedding, funeral. And look, people might say, look, Mike, don't we have to go about our lives? And yeah, we do. That's the point. We can go about our lives. We can do almost anything we want. And the biggest threat to not being able to do almost everything we want is if we're careless and we see this spread get so high. And that's what I'm fearful of. I'm fearful of the spread will get high. Look, we've allowed schools and we've said we believe in local control of our schools. And so the schools have made the decision. The schools and the parents and the school boards, they have made the decision whether that school is all in person, whether they're all hybrid, all remote, or whether a combination of the two. What's going to start happening is when you see these outbreak, schools are going to, some are having to go remote. They don't want to go remote, but they're having to go remote. And as this continues, schools are going to have to start looking at this and saying, okay, are we able to keep our school open, or are we going to have to do something else? We want our schools open. We want our kids playing sports. We want our kids in drama club. We want them doing plays. We want them playing instrument. We want them to do all these things. the biggest threat to that is what the people in the community are doing or not doing. I don't know how to say it any more blunt.